long time? I've never seen that quite done.
Been doing it a long time.
What do you like? What does that do? What do you like?
Well, I can control the movement of the return guy, and I can control the movement of the coverage. Can see if they understand pad leverage, what side to get on, what place to be in, and I can control how far they have to run, that sort of thing. So it just keeps me in control of basically of the drill, how much running we do, how to teach them pad leverage, and sometimes you can find a returner out of that.
It's not a catching drill. It's not anything like that.
No, but again, you know, it's a small target, right? You get the most points for hitting the smallest target. So see a little, see a lot.
You see some guys in this draft class that might be able to help on special teams?
Oh, we hope so. I think the guys have had a great attitude, been running around, paying attention to the system. So we got a long way to go, but it's been good so far.
What are you looking for when you're a returner? Is it speed? Is it vision? Is it combination? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I think it's all of the above. You know, first is, does the guy want to go back there and do something with it special, or does he want to go back there and, you know, get us to offense? So I think we have some guys that have done it before that we're looking forward to seeing how they fit.
You've got 3 kickers presently. How are you going to sort that out?
Yeah, we're going to let them kick and see how it sorts itself out a little bit. We'll put them in some competition periods and some stressful situations and see how they respond.
Rich, you mentioned on returns, guys can want to do something special or just get the ball to the offense. I think there's been times around here when you've got a quarterback that you guys have that maybe the mentality was just get the ball to the offense. Is that different than your more aggressive approach of wanting to do something?
I think, again, it's where are we on the field? You know, what's the situation in the game? What's the time on the clock? All those sort of things. But, you know, in the NFL now, when they give you the ball at the 25-yard line, I'd rather not take it out 4 deep, 5 deep, 6 deep. I'd like to give it to our offense, certainly with this quarterback at the 25, not put us in a bad situation. So I think it has a lot to do with who ends up going back there, where we are in the game, what's the situation, again, what's the time on the clock. But we're going to try to do what's best possible to help us offensively. And then certainly we've got to be able to cover the field to set our defense as well. But we play some good returners, you know, on our schedule.
How do you foster competition in your special teams drills with some of the limitations that come with practicing?
Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
Sorry. How do you foster competition in your special teams drills with some of the limitations that come with special teams in general in the practice field?
Well, I think there's limitations in phase 1, limitations in phase 2. But I think, you know, through Coach LaFleur, competition's a big deal around here. We started that way in the morning in the meetings. And so we're really looking for the effort and the finish of what our guys are being asked to do. That's kind of, they're showing us a lot about themselves, right? What's the evidence of a player is really his effort. And so seeing that in the finish of a lot of things we're asking them to do. Are they paying attention in the meetings? We're throwing a lot of information at them. We're teaching them a new system. Are they learning it? Are they retaining it? Do they do it correctly the next day? They did it wrong the day before. So I think they're competing with themselves really every day.
Regarding that draft class, I'm just wondering, Carpenter specifically, I know he talked after the draft about what he had done in special teams and could do in special teams. What did y'all see in him that might make him a fit there?
Well, I think this draft class in particular, the skilled players have played a lot of special teams at their respective schools, so we're expecting them all to contribute in some way, and we've only had our hands on them for a couple of days, but we'll see in some things, again, effort-wise, retention-wise of the system. We're hoping they can all contribute in some way.
Rich, when you've done this as long as you have in this league, is it nice to have, it seems like, Goody allowing you to maybe pick some of the groceries or at least have a conversation about the groceries before you make the special teams?
Bill Parcells reference right there. You know, again, this has been a process here. I'm learning it, you know, as being a new coach. They've done really well for a long time, the way in which they've done it. So I'm excited about being a part of the process, and we'll see what the future holds.
You just had rookie minicamp. What do you look for in guys, whether it's rookies or young guys that tell you that they can excel in special teams?
Yeah, well, I don't really pay much attention to what they tell us. It's more about what they do. You know, we're looking for actions to be the evidence of the man, and we keep preaching that on a daily basis and looking for attitude. You know, we're looking for effort. We're looking for finish, and I think they're trying to see what we're looking for and see if they can give that to us.
Are there attributes, or are they just size, speed, or what goes into making a good special teamer?
Yeah, just, you know, the makeup of a man, you know, the makeup of the player. You know, it's going to make make or break them at every position they're trying to play. Teams are no different. Playing special teams are really no different. They just have to learn to do the skills we're asking them to do, which are usually outside of the position they've played, and then how do they do it? The how is really important.
Hey, Rich, I was talking to Alec Ingold the other day. There's a dude that will still run through a wall for you. What is the secret to getting guys to be really good special teams players in a role that sometimes they don't want to do it? It's almost a demotion for them. And then there are other guys that really embrace it. How do you kind of manage that?
I guess you guys have this perception about it's a thankless job, or some guys don't want to do it, or, we kind of forget that this is how they make a living, and I think we're going to try to put them in position where they can keep playing football to earn what they're trying to earn to help us win games. So I just think we've approached special teams in the time that we've done it, the length of time we've done it, as an avenue for you to become a professional football player. And, we've used, I think, if you look back at Rondé Barber in year 17, he was the 1 on the kickoff team. He came off the edge on field goal, and he played the 2 on punt return. So I think it has a lot to do with the makeup of the person. And really the only we want to hear right now is, what can I do to help us win? And I think that's what we're trying to do with all of our players.
So, but you would agree that not everyone's like Alec or some of these other guys in this league that are, I'll take on whatever special teams role you want me. I mean, that's not always.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always the case. They're all different, and they get to different levels on the team at different times as well. But a thankless job is when Dino has to play tight end on field goal and take 3 at times, or Bakhtiari's got to play tackle on field goal pro and take on 2, and you start looking at those things. Those are thankless jobs that no one ever thinks about, until a field goal gets stuffed. So I just think, again, these guys are trying to put themselves in a position where they can help us win, and also they can play a long time to keep earning what they're earning.
So I don't want to call this a thankless job. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that again. But
LaFleur keeps saying that you're going to love them tough. That's the way he describes how you coach. Well, you don't like that description? That's his, not mine.
I can't. The people describe me in a lot of ways. I mean, but you haven't talked to my kids yet, so I guess that's good. I don't know. When I get on the field, they got a jersey number on. They're accountable to the guy next to them. They're accountable to their job. When they come in my office, and then they got a name. Now we can talk about football. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. But when they get on the field, they have a job to do, and they're accountable to the guy next to them, in front of them, behind them, and so on. And in our one-play mentality, which I think we talked about, the last time, you can look around and there's a lot of plays that devastate your game. There's a lot of plays that propel your offense or your defense in the game. So I think once we can all understand the one-play mentality, what we're trying to get across to them, how they can affect the game positively and negatively, I think maybe we'll start to accomplish something here.
Rich, do you go back to last season? I know your first few months here in Green Bay, but do you go back to last season and watch some of the film that the Packers had on special teams? And if you did you see a few problems or red flags of why specifically it just didn't click all season long?
We go back and watch tape of every team in the National Football League from multiple seasons back. The video guys aren't happy with all the tape that we brought from the other places. So there's just things we're all going to look for from all other teams that we can look at to use as examples as what to do and also what not to do. And it's no different with ourselves.